everybody, it's Callie and I'm back with an extra cheeky studio process video for you. I'm going to do 4 this month, and the whole reason I'm going to do 4 is because of this photo. So this is my great nephew, and he has his little elf on the shelf outfit on here, and he is just laughing and he is so excited and so stinking cute. I had to scrap this photo, and it's fun to have Christmas photos to scrap because it's still early in the season for me. I'm not quite sure when this will go up. It's a little earlier. And when I saw this photo, I remembered I just got a Cricut on Black Friday and I've been starting to play with it. And I remembered that Tuesday had an Elf on the Shelf cut file in the shop. So I decided to use that Elf on the Shelf cut file with that photo. So here it is, and I've cut it out, and I cut it out so that I could fill it. There's lots of different ways to do this apparently. It took me forever to do this because what I did is I realized that I needed, on the file, the boot here is green. There's a little green like fur piece, and then there's yellow bells here. So I couldn't just cut it out, and if I had wanted to put paper in here, I could have done that, but it wouldn't have been quite as true to what it was. So I needed to learn how to separate my cut file into layers, and so that took a while. But there's a great Cricut tutorial by Lorrie Nunemaker. It's Lorrie Nunemaker. I'm gonna quick check here because I just checked it out in my own library here. Yeah, it's Nunemaker, and it's Lorrie, and it's changing a single layer image to multiple layers in Cricut Design Space. She's got a lot of great Cricut tutorials. I've been watching her. So if I remember, I will link it. If you can't find it, just let me know, and I will do that for you. So I'm thinking that this is going to go over here somewhere, and I'm thinking maybe a strip of paper down here, but I'm not quite sure. What I want to do first is fill this up, and because I cut my pieces already, I've made some color decisions. So here, I will learn how to do this so I don't end up with things like this, but whatever. I have enough paper. So I knew that I was going to use, I based those colors on some other things I did. By the way, if you do this, don't forget to keep the center of your O. So there's my shoe, my 2 jingle bells, and my green hat or hat band thing there. Now what I'm thinking is I want the whole Elf on the Shelf thing here to be red. So I'm just going to slip this in here. It's going to be a little dicey here. I'm just going to trim this. I'm sure there are lots of other ways to do this with those of you guys who are experts at this. I do not claim to be an expert. I claim to just be learning, barely learning. Okay, so then, oops, just kind of estimating here, you know, using my favorite measuring tool, my finger. And then what I think I'll do is just put some of the ATG right on here. Was just sassing me when I was working on a December daily entry. And then I can add more as I need it. Okay. And the nice part about this particular paper is there's no right or wrong. This paper is from Bella Boulevard. And I just realized, guys, that I'm doing this live, but maybe what I'll do once I get this filled in is I'll put you, okay, so there's that one, and I got that a little far to the side, but I'll just trim that. But that's kind of the general idea. So I think what I'm going to do, now that you've seen kind of what's going on, I think I will put this on fast forward. Otherwise, this video will take forever to upload. So guys, I'll be back in just a minute with the narration. Okay, so here we go. That red paper, again, is by Bella Boulevard. It's the Merry Christmas Daily Details paper. And then I found that black paper there that's going to go underneath on the shelf part of the cut file. That is the Doodlebug Petite Prints in Beetle Black Gingham Linen. So that's where that one is from. I can tell you that that green paper that is the boot is the Doodlebug 6x6 pad with the dot stripe rainbow petite prints, and the yellow paper that are the bells is the same thing. It's the Doodlebug 6x6 pad, the dot stripe rainbow petite prints. So now I'm just going to trim off where I didn't get it quite even with the edge. And I'm really right now liking how this looks just in the beginning. I'm going to go through, and I actually broke the E there. So I'm going through and I'm going to glue that down, and I have my Scotch tacky glue in here. I'm also just putting down any parts of the letters that are kind of sticking out, or of the cut file that are kind of sticking out, small pieces like that. I want that just all glued down so it doesn't catch on anything. I'm just getting that done, and it's really easy to do this with that fine line bottle. All right, and so here obviously the key is remembering what's where. I'm going to grab my tweezers there because I think it's just easier to place those small pieces when you can kind of see around your hand, or at least it is for me. Maybe I have an extra large hand, although I really don't have extra large hands. I have actually pretty small hands. All right, so I have my boot there, and now I'm taking that piece right there. I'll tell you, if I would do this again, by the way, I would probably make the hat still red, but a different pattern than the elf part of the pattern. I think it looks fine here, and it does look fine in person as well, but I just think it would be even more impactful if the hat part was different. And I suppose I could go back and change that, but I don't know that I need to do that. So now, I did, by the way, glue down the center of the O. Don't forget to save that. And now I really want my photo there to sit on something. So I'm just going to use the remnants of this, the piece that I cut there. But then I realized that if I did that with the way that I cut it, the photo mat the stripes would be going in a different direction than the stripes of the boot and the little hat piece there, and it would have looked weird. And then I remembered, oh wait, there are dots on the back of that same piece. So cool that I could really use up this one piece for my 6x6 pad for everything. So I just flipped it over to the dot side of that green paper and was able to do that. By the way, guys, I'm just using a basil cardstock here. I have no idea what the name of it is. So now I'm thinking that maybe I want some kind of border there, and I was thinking red at first, and then I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I used to put black and white diagonal stripe borders on lots of things. I haven't done it in quite a while, probably, I don't know, a year or something like that. So I went and I found that black and white striped paper from Bella Boulevard Color Chaos. It's the Oreo Black Strands paper. And I really love how that really focuses your eye into the layout here, both the cut file and the photo. And that's one of the jobs that a border like that does. So now I said that I was thinking about using some sort of pattern paper there, and I thought, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to do some washi tape. And I went to this washi tape, which is from Recollections. And then I thought, oh wait, maybe what I want to do is that star washi tape. And I do, looking at it now, I do like it, but for some reason I just like this plaid a little bit better. So I decided to use that, and again, that came from Recollections, and I'm not going to make it go across the whole piece. I just want it going across the white piece because I want to keep that border intact all the way around, so it really draws your eye into the layout. And so now I'm going through and I was just gluing around that piece, and of course I forgot to look at the date of this photo. I actually have the layout next to me as I'm voicing this over, and oh my gosh, it's been about a week since I made this and I still love it. By the way, guys, I will try to remember when I upload this to put the link to not only the cut file from Cheeky Studio, but also the Lorrie's video as well. And just so you know that if you use my code, which is Kelly10, you can get 10% off anything in the Cheeky Studio on the website when you buy things. Oh my goodness. All right. When I was doing this, I decided I wanted to maybe use some of these acrylic stars from Elle Studio on the layout, and I'm not liking them. It feels a little bit too busy. So I remember that I have these holly leaves here. If you saw my December daily video, you know that I thought they were a little large for my December daily, and I think Rhonda, one of my subscribers, talked about using them maybe for a cover, but my cover was already done at that point. So I really like how they fill that space up in there. And just with that, plus these couple, the green, now I like it because it's just the green, the red, and the yellow, which are in the elf there, which I filled the cut file with. I really like how that looks and just emphasizes it. And there's still a lot of white space in this, still a lot of resting space, but all the colors are still represented. And those stars are from Elle Studio in lots of different, from lots of different years. There were some in some of the packages this year. I was thinking perhaps about mounting that photo up on some foam, but I decided that I actually liked it flat better. And then obviously the holly there is from Elle Studio as well. And I only did one berry there. It just, with the bell right next to it, it seemed a little much if I did more than one berry. And you can see the adhesive a little bit behind these, but once you get them on the paper, as long as you don't have any big clumps of adhesive, it really kind of disappears in there, and it doesn't bother me, the little bit that I see. So I'm just putting in a little bit of journaling about this. So here's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are all well. Don't forget to use Kelly10 to get 10% off at Cheeky Studio. I'll be back soon with another layout. Bye, everybody.